How's it going, beautiful people? I see Tina Harper was here. Sky was here. Destiny was here. I don't know if you guys are still here. I had a very busy week, but it was lots of fun. Good evening, Chris. I'm guessing Tiffany's not too far behind. Awesome. Awesome. I don't expect to be too long tonight, although I always say that, but I try to stay as long as possible. I have to get up early in the morning, like every other Saturday since spring. I don't know why. I seem like I try to get some stuff going on the weekends, and instead of sleeping in, well, I guess even if I wanted to, I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to. I would just wake up and wouldn't be able to fall asleep again. But tomorrow my daughter Alexa and I are singing for the um, mental health event that they're having in Campbellton here. So if you're around, um, come watch us. They're raising money for, well, I don't know if it's for the clinic itself or just mental health in general. Um, but anyway, it's pretty cool. There's a few doctors playing the music. They have a band, and they asked for a bunch of people to go sing. It was actually um, an audition that Alexa and I skipped because we both sing. Well, we both have, at least I have one song on YouTube, and Alexa does the YouTube simply for singing. Um, so we skipped the auditions and we're straight into the show. So that's happening tomorrow. It should have been the uh, general practice tonight and the show tomorrow night, but for some reason they changed last minute, and well, the practice is tomorrow and the show is tomorrow night. So it will be something like the old day tomorrow. We'll be there. Good evening, Tiffany. I knew you weren't too far. How's it going? I've been harvesting raspberries again today, but it was probably the last time. They're small. They're uh, starting to become a little bit moldy. Hello, Marilyn. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a while. You've been busy lately. Marilyn, you've been doing a lot of cooking as well. Munching on dinner. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Tiffany, are you on the Canadian YouTubers Facebook page? It's Canadian Homesteaders YouTubers on Facebook. If you're interested, you can join. It's something for all the Canadians to try to help each other out with the YouTube in general, all the algorithms, and sometimes we come up with ideas and we share them there. Yeah, probably. I just know that it was the one week where you had your in-laws at your place, and there was one time when it was your parents, or it was your boyfriend's birthday, or I know there are like 2 or 3 times in the last month maybe that you weren't available, but it's true. You're pretty much always here. Um, if Self is in the background lurking somewhere, thanks again for all the goodies I got today. Kids were happy. So Self was tasked with one of his uncles uh, is moving in a retirement home. So everything other than furniture, basically, Self was allowed to go and grab. And I just stopped to see him for a minute, have a beer, and looked around and started digging. And then we found a few things, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you want this? Sure. You want this? Yeah, sure." I ended up with a few batteries, a few. It was like corn, canned corn, cream, the creamy one, ketchup. A few things, juice. um, pops, a few things like that, that they just couldn't keep there because there's nobody living in the house anymore. There's a chance. Anyone good with electricity? My girlfriend is scared that if we put another freezer in the house, that we might jump the breaker. We have 4 at the moment. I mean, I know it's gonna be expensive on power, but usually it's just temporary. Um, I try to empty them, and as soon as one of them goes down, we move the stuff into another freezer and we unplug it. And we clean it and everything, and we keep it unplugged until we need it back. Yeah, well, I thought that as long as I didn't put them on the same circuit, like on the same plug, or not the same plug, but I would need to check. I know it takes a lot of power, but they don't take as much power as the stove would use. But it would, yeah, I would not put it like around, like in the same area of the house. I have one in the kitchen on one end and the other one on the second end of the kitchen. And I know the one in the kitchen is connected straight to the breaker because I had it set up. You have 2 big on the same plug. Okay. I would probably put it next to my bedroom. I have 2 freezers here. They're not connected like in the same wiring system. So probably the wiring goes to different spots on the breaker. But my girlfriend was just scared that if you have too much power on the old breaker, that it would create issues. I would need to check. 2 on the same plug. I don't think it would work here. Can you put it in the garage? I probably could, but if I put it in the garage, I'm afraid that the rodents will eventually find their way in. I wouldn't trust having any meat in there for some reason. Well, for some reason. I have mice issues. Weasel in there in the winter sometimes. I just would not trust the freezer in the garage. They don't use a lot of power. As long as they're all under 1800 watts, then you should be okay. I would need to check. They're small. Well, I have like one that's quite big, and I know you're not supposed to plug them on extension cords, but one of them is connected back there. Is it? No. I have it on an extension cord going up the ceiling, going down to connect. Yeah, in the back there where we have the washing machine and the drying machine, but they're not on the same plugs. They're not on the same wires. I think Lynn came home today. Yeah, I know. I think she was on her way. I don't know if she's home yet, or maybe she will just arrive home like officially tomorrow. I don't know. She might be home later tonight. Hopefully everything goes well. Okay, well, there you go. I have a garage squirrel. I don't think you can enter that thing. Maybe they can't. I don't know. My garage is not. I don't have a door. I don't have insulation other than a bunch of big spiders about this big, and the chickens in there. I don't really have much. Like I said, I have mice and I have a weasel that hangs around in the winter. I would not trust meat in there. That's for sure. Especially not with the fact that I have no way of locking my garage. I was supposed to get a door, but the guy that was supposed to come and install it had a heart attack, and well, he's not working anymore. So, but I have a place where I can put it. Worst comes to worst, I'll put it in my bedroom. It won't be. It won't be for like the whole year. It would just be for this time of year because I want to have one freezer that's always empty. I want to have one in case one goes out. But at this time of year, I ended up getting some moose meat. If I get a bear, right now my 4 freezers are full, which is a good problem to have, as we say, because it means I have a lot of food. One of them is full of chicken and turkeys. I have another one that's full of, I have the moose meat, bologna, bread, and things like that. I have another one that's simply full of fruits, and I have one that has rabbits. What else do I have in the other one? A bunch of vegetables, mostly squash, zucchinis, tomatoes, things like that, frozen. Sorry. We are running a small freezer, some pump, and a third printer all in one power bar, and it's been that way for years. Oh, and the air exchanger too. Okay. Don't you have space with stairs that is not outside but not hot place? I neither. Right here. The stairs are right there. But if I take this place to put freezers in, I'm losing my computer room. I would need to find another computer room. Although I could probably put a freezer back there, but I would need to take that old computer and put it somewhere else. I usually don't do too much with it other than use it as a server. But it would suck if I had to go to my bedroom, put a USB key, and put the stuff on, and then come here and uh, make images of my DVDs and stuff, and it would suck. The regular house circuit is on a 15 amp breaker. The largest deep freezer will draw 5 amps. So it would just be a matter of making sure I have it in the right place. I should be fine. I don't know why. My girlfriend was just afraid that having too much freezers would draw too much power for the whole box itself, the whole electrical box. But that's good. So 3 or 4 freezers per circuit. That's awesome. So it should be good. We are going deer hunting in about a month. Actually, in precisely a month from now, I will be, in 30 days, I will be heading down to Fredericton area. You'll see Jack and Lindsay. I can't wait to see them. I haven't seen them since last year. It's been a year. Last summer, I went over. I went over down there in the summer as well, and then when I went deer hunting, well, they were kind of busy. The end of the season, and a lot of things going on. I didn't see them too much, but this year Jack's coming with us, so he was trying to work hard to get things ready for when we go. People are hunting right now. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot of beautiful bucks coming out. It's bow hunting season, so if you have a bow, guess you have your a tag, you can go bow hunting. But with rifle, it's only starting on the 28th of October. Is that the right calendar? Yeah, on the 28th of October. Uh, and for rifle, it lasts for 4 weeks. I think after that we have muzzle loads for like 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't have any of that, any of those guns. So for me, it's rifle only, and we go the last week. So we go from 17th until the 24th. We have 2 doe tags. There's 6 hunters. We are thinking of trying to go find another place to hunt, simply because, well, the land we're hunting on is private land. We're happy to have that place. But if something happens that, Jack can't come, well, maybe we won't be able to go in the future, and we want to have a plan B. We want to have a place on Crown land where we can at least apply and go hunt. So while we're there, since there's a bunch of us, my uncle is also going on a first week with a friend of his. So he won't mind driving around trying to find a spot to hunt in the last week. Hopefully we can find a place, and hopefully we'll get at least 1 deer. My brother has a doe tag. He kind of changed his mindset since last year. Last year, didn't want to shoot on the first day. Didn't want to shoot a doe until Friday. And we were leaving on Saturday morning. But I kept telling him, we'll be walking those woods for a whole week. Deer will not stay in the area. We'll scare them, and you won't see them for a while. So what you see, if you want to have meat, you have to get it on the first chance you get. This year, he says the first thing he sees, unless it's a fawn, he's trying for it. So we should be good to have some meat. Hopefully, with the gang, we get at least 1 buck and the 2 does that we have a tag for. You should be on a 200 amp at the panel. You will not pop that. Awesome. Well, that's good to know. I'm feeling better now. These are guns going off right now. Well, it's bear hunting season starts early September, so you could be hearing people hunting bear. You could also hear people hunting grouse, because it's grouse season, grouse and rabbits. But I would not go after rabbits until they turn white. On the island, all of a sudden, we'll hear a spatter of gunshots from somewhere in the wilderness around us. A 32-kilometer lake and sound carries, but always get scared. We'll be in the line of fire. If you have trees around you, you should be fine. But I mean, I get it. And good evening. Yeah, good evening, Melody and Ryan. It's always scary when you don't know where people are shooting, especially when they're shooting around you. I've been hunting before where people started shooting, and it was close. Like I didn't feel in danger because I was surrounded by trees, and I knew that it was nowhere near the immediate area. But to think that someone's shooting, and it's not someone from your family because they're not in the area, it's always a little bit scary. You're like, okay, is someone shooting at the other end of the cutting, or is someone coming my way, or is someone trying to tell me something? Am I not welcome here? Or on the Quebec side, I guess it gets a lot worse. On the Quebec side, I've heard stories of people literally shooting at you if you go hunt in their area. They are very protective of their territory. With our fruit trees a couple of weeks ago. Oh, awesome. So you will have a video coming out on that. That's awesome. I have to catch up. I'll have to I say that I don't always have time to catch up, but I have your pages open. It's just right now I am taking college class. 5 days ago, 2 days ago, what happened to our wood chipper? Okay, so I'm still good. I love your thumbnails, by the way. They're simple but elegant. Where's the water? Cool. I'll leave it open. Yeah, in Gaspésie, people are pretty special, but it's kind of the same thing in New Brunswick as well. I've heard stories of, well, someone I know that ended up blocking a road with their truck, and when he came back, the 4 tires were busted. You're not supposed to stop people from traveling on a road. We just dropped a huge amount of trees. We get that you can't watch all the time. We need to catch up with everyone's video too. The thing is, usually in the winter, I have time to catch up, and I'll watch videos. I'll run playlists. I'll make up for the time in the summer where I don't really have time. Today I had to take the day off. Work. I had homework. I have it's just a quiz. Even if I say I need to study, I'm probably not going to study because that's just the way I am. But I had homework to do, a project to do, and I needed time to do it. I'm pretty sure I'm done, but I only need to bring it Monday. So I still have it open in case that I need to add some stuff. I'll read it again and go through it again. That course is costing $6,500. I need to make sure that I pass. I am getting a refund by the hospital. It's not going to come out of my pocket. They're giving me my money back. It's kind of an investment for them, and it will eventually give me $5-6 an hour extra, which is welcome in these times. Yeah, it was. If I remember correctly, it was a bunch of women that they go hunting together. 4 women, usually 4 or 5, and it's kind of the. I'm not going to say a running gag because it's not a gag. There's nothing funny about it. It's just cool that, we have women going hunting together, and they do their own thing. They want to gut the moose. They went moose hunting. They want to gut the moose themselves. They want to shoot themselves. They want to track them. They want to do everything on their own. Bring the moose in the truck on their own. They want to do everything on their own. They want to show that, their husbands usually don't bring them hunting, and they decided to go on their own. And I think it was them that blocked the road without really knowing. And they came out, and the 4 tires were busted. Yeah, that happens in the resource road, Chemin des Ressources. But that's a very dangerous road. If anyone comes to New Brunswick, if you're alone, do not take the resource road. It's a road in the woods. Basically, it's paved, but it's in the woods between Saint-Quentin, and Bathurst. And the reason I'm saying is it's dangerous is because in the past we've heard stories of. I'll give you an example. There was a van on the side of the road. The lady came up in her car. This woman comes out of the van asking for help. And as soon as that girl got out of the car to go help her, 2 guys with masks on got out of the van, tried to kidnap her. And the girl was a prison guard. So she knew a lot about self-defense. She ended up grabbing one of the guy by the eye and almost popped the eyeball out. She managed to okay, you requested. She managed to escape, call the cops, and she made it safe. But I'm sure it was very, very scary for her. There you go. I'll go approve you. Jake Hudson mentioned you. Awesome. He's live. Unfortunately, I am live too, and I can't join someone else's live if I am live. So yeah, that road is kind of dangerous. It's a good thing that she knew self-defense. And it's not the first time I hear stories about that road. It's very, very dangerous. Hello, Templin Acres. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good evening. You're faster than me? Well, actually, I had time to click approve. Yeah, not in the winter. It's a bunch of... It goes up and down. A lot of big hills. And it's a very high-sea road. I missed your question at first. I wasn't part of that group, but I just put... Okay, yeah, I read that already, but that's awesome. You're in. So don't hesitate in that group. If you're in Canada, you can ask questions, start discussions. It's for us Canadians, because we always feel, and it might just be an impression, but we always feel that, in the United States, they do stuff before us. So they get the views before us. What I mean by that is if I want to make a video on how to grow tomatoes, chances are I will start my seeds indoor around March and transplant them at the end of May to harvest them in the end of August. But someone in Florida might be growing tomatoes all year round. So by the time I show someone how to grow tomatoes, there's already like 1,000 videos out there on how to grow tomatoes. So in Canada, we're kind of disadvantaged a little bit when it comes to gardening and homesteading in general, because there's already someone out there every year that does the video that we're trying to do. So having an evergreen video is hard to do because it comes out, it's never at the right time. I've seen some people try to make a video and publish it in 10 months from now, which is probably the way to go. Well, kind of, sort of. I mean, in 10 months from now, it'll be the end of, mid-August, end of August. It will be harvesting season, and harvesting season is done here. But what I mean is, what you do in March, try to post it next year in January. 10 months later, try to get those algorithms pick you up and start with you instead of finish with you. But anyway, it's just a little group that we have to try to start different collaborations, share some stuff, ask questions, start discussions and things like that. What else is going on? Well, I harvested the last of my potatoes today. I didn't really have much potatoes. I think they were just like the size of I think they were smaller than Dave's peanuts. They were just tiny things, about the size of a radish. I just planted a few just for fun because I had some space left. But it was nothing it's not like I grew a field of potatoes. I am working towards that though. I still have to go in my dad's with my brush cutter, my branch cutter, and cut a few branches in the middle of the field that's behind his property so that the guy can come and till the land. And when he comes back in the spring, the plants should be dead and I should be able to plant potatoes. Now, if I have a huge potato garden, that's something I can share with my parents and my brother, and that's something I would love to do. Back in the days when I was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, 10 years old maybe, my grandparents had a huge potato field. And the whole family would gather around and harvest potatoes. And I think someone asked me a while back, it could have been Jack. Someone asked me what was the secret to grow potatoes from, people back in the days. Um, my dad told me that all they did was put, what's it called, lime, the little white powder. That's all they did. They put that to kill the little critters, little potato bugs, and that's it. That's all they did. They didn't. It wasn't really 100% healthy, but I mean, both my grandparents, both my grandfathers lived until they were 90, 92, and 94, so they had a good life. One of my grandmother only lived until she was 58, so that doesn't really count for much. But in general, my family members they live quite old, so hopefully I'll get to live old as well. I didn't really have much chance to go grouse hunting. I have one in the freezer so far. I went bear hunting. There's a bear that came and got my stuff, but I ran out of junk food to give him, so it's going to be a matter of starting over. Problem is, in about 2 weeks, we're changing time, so we're falling 1 hour behind, 1 hour back. So that means that by the time I get out of work, it will be pretty much dark. There's a spider there, and I don't like spiders. All right. So I have about 2 weeks if I want to go and get a bear. Although I have a place to go now, it's just a matter for next spring to find a place to build a little stand. Either up in the trees. I would love to have something up in the trees because it's a lot more protection from the bears. But I might have to put something on the ground because from what I can see on the property, there's not many big trees. It's only just a bunch. Like it looks like it was cut a while back. Serge, if you're still there, I went on Maxim's land and there's no big trees, and I don't know where to go to cross over on your property. So I want to go somewhere that I don't have to walk for too long before I get to my stand, my scaffold, my shelter. So I might have to do something on the ground, but do something very, very well protected in case there's a bear that comes from behind. It would not be fun if I had to go face to face with a bear or if a bear got me from behind. Fisherman 506, Lee, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, it's been a while. I've seen you, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? You're probably busy fishing the whole summer, right? Hopefully you caught a lot of fish. I saw a group of wild turkeys in the field on Thursday. I love spiders because they eat bugs around here. There's thousands of Asian ladybugs, flies, and elder bugs. I don't mind spiders if they're outside of my house. The ones in my garage are considered in my house, and they're too big. When the body is bigger than a toonie, it's too big for me. There was one in my greenhouse, and it was so ugly. From what I could see, it was even I wouldn't say dangerous. The spider was not dangerous. It was not venomous. It was releasing a toxin, though. It could bite you. It would sting, but unless you had an allergic reaction, it would not kill you. But I'm just glad that I was able to take her out and be able to go back in my greenhouse. Well, I've been sick for 8 weeks. Oh no! Hopefully she gets better. Outdoors with Vans. Hello, hello. I still have your page open, so you're still there. The thing about overalls. I can't believe what I found Mangan Fishing. That's the one I wanted to watch next. 1.2K views. That one's pretty popular. That's a nice video. Oh, my son wants to get a pet tarantula. Not for me. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I wouldn't want one in my house. When I was at university back in 201, my roommate had a scorpion, and he had to carry around an anti-venom kit in case something happened. No, I don't have the spider on me. It's just that I trimmed my beard a little bit, and I took the razor to remove the hair from my neck, and I'm guessing that's why it's itchy a little bit. So Scott is probably going live tonight, but when I checked earlier, he wasn't ready with his live stream yet. Prime time. Or is it all in one word? Prime time. No, prime time. Nope. It's funny because a lot of people have upcoming live streams. It looks like they never did those streams, because this one here dates from August 21st. Christmas collection day 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. So Blessed to Crochet is having something for Christmas. There's a lot going on, it seems. 1 video per day. Yes, thumbs up, please and thank you. It really helps the channel. What's everybody's plan for the weekend? Well, tomorrow is the show. I will be practicing. We have the general practice all day tomorrow, and then tomorrow night is the show. Sunday, what do I have planned on Sunday? I told the kids I might go grouse hunting with them. This will be the first Sunday we're actually allowed to hunt, so it will depend on if I'm ready to give my report, my project, my homework or not. If so, I'll bring them hunting a little bit. Process 5 jars of tomato sauce today. Awesome. That's something I want to do. Canned tomatoes. I have some tomatoes in my freezer. Now I need to find a way to can them in a way that I will actually like them, because tomatoes straight up is usually not something I like. I also need to pressure can some squash. Okay, so Simply Jan is going live tonight. Okay, let me see if I can find her live stream, and I will send people over there. Good evening, John. How's it going? Simply Jan. Giveaway celebration. Okay, so she is live right now. Simply Jan Homestead. Let's see if I can redirect you there after. Simply Jan Homestead. All right, you will be redirected thereafter. 10K celebration. Oh, that's awesome. She reached 10K. And Tiffany, Canadian Family Life, you reached 10K not too long ago as well. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I am currently sitting at 9,807, which is pretty awesome. I'm very happy with those numbers. My goal is to reach 10K by Christmas. And I think it's doable. Our plans are new lights for our indoor garden. Will be a video on it Sunday. I have another grow light coming up. My girlfriend ended up having a lot of free stuff from Temu. So I asked if I could get a grow light. I will try to find some time to to get my my hydroponic system going. I still have the it's a mess. And I'm ashamed of it. I'm gonna say it anyway. I still have the old kale that ended up dying in there. It's all yellow, dead. I need to remove everything. I need to buy some more of those little pods. And once I do that, I'll be able to grow some more stuff. I guess the best thing to grow in those hydroponic lead pot, I always think that it would be like kale or lettuce or things like that, but those are pretty easy to grow in soil as well. So I don't know. I don't know what I should try to grow next. Okay, so you will be redirected to our giveaway after I'm done. So John is here. Our plans are new lights for indoor garden. How was the holiday tan? Yeah, you went on vacation. Can't blame you. You never want to come home when you're away. And I've seen a few of your pictures. Looks like you had a great time. Yeah, you probably still have some stuff growing. I know that guy right there next, this guy here, probably still has some stuff growing, and he's gonna tease us again with that, right, Dave? Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, she's live now, and I noticed I don't want to click because I don't want to sound to come up on my live stream, but I will not go too long and redirect you to our live stream after. Have some ginger and peppers under cover, but we got hit with a hard frost 2 nights in a row now. Oh no. You're welcome. 10K is a very, very big number. Maldives. Awesome. Yes, and I saw the pictures. Oh, you remind me. You showed a picture of your pantry. I have to do a video of my pantry. And I ended up buying something else. Alexa bought me an Amazon gift card for my birthday. So I bought I have one here. I don't know if I'll be able to show it. I don't want to lift it too high. I can't do more. It's a case for a hard drive. So basically what that case does is you put like a laptop hard drive in it. I have a few ones hanging around up there. And that case makes your hard drive become an external hard drive. And that's only about $10. So I purchased that, got it today. I think it's actually still upstairs. So I'm going to have... Is it upstairs or is that what I see there? No, it's still upstairs. I'm going to have to go pick it up and set it up here. Try to transfer some of my videos on it because I am full of stuff on my hard drives. And I also bought one of those vacuum sealer for mason jars. And that's another idea for a video that I have. I want to talk about different ways to preserve food. Because when you come to think of it, we all say you can dehydrate, you can freeze, but none of those solutions is doable alone other than pressure canning. Pressure canning or water bath canning is pretty much doable on its own. After you're done pressure canning, you can take your food and put it away. You don't need to do anything special with it after. But if you freeze something, you kind of have to vacuum seal it as well. Or if you vacuum seal something, you kind of have to freeze it. You can dehydrate something, but if you dehydrate it, you need something to put it in. And if you dehydrate herbs and you put it in a mason jar and you don't have any way to remove all the air from the mason jar, it might not do as much good as you think it would. So I will have a video coming up on the subject, just talking about stuff that you guys in the chat already know about, just the obvious. But it's just to show that when you talk about blanching is another way of preserving, but it's not doable on its own. You will blanch, you will put in the freezer, or you will vacuum seal and then put in the freezer. You know, there's always a bunch of different ways, a few different things you have to do to preserve your food. But that vacuum sealer is just a tiny little thing. It's just about, well, it's even smaller than a roll of toilet paper. You put it on the mason jar, you press the button, and then it removes all the air and it seals the lid on the jar. Probably not as well as it would if you pressure can or if you water bath can, but I can, take the jar like this and try like this a little bit, take a little bit of strength, and it won't come off. And those are lids that I've already used before. It's not like bacteria can really form in there because all the water and moisture has been removed. I hope so anyway, but it's only mostly herbs, and they're usually added to something else that we cook before we use them. I was thinking of doing one of mine as well now that I have my canning done. Yeah, those are always good videos to make. When you have a nice pantry, this year I have to say it's my biggest pantry I've done. When I look at it, I have about the same amounts of carrots as last year, beans. I have some sunchokes. I have some raspberry jam, some blueberry jam. I have some pumpkins. I have some squash. I have some spaghetti sauce. I still have some salsa. I have some zucchinis, pickled cucumbers. But something else that I have that I did not have last year, that a good friend of mine is allowing me to do. I'm gonna have to go say hi to him soon. I promised him I would have a little beer with him. Gaetan has a freeze dryer, and I was able to use it for some carrots and zucchinis and squash and beets. I also have a bunch of beets this year that I usually don't have in my pantry. So I have about 50 jars, give or take, of freeze-dried food, which is not something I usually have. And that's something that will last for up to 25 years. And now that I have a little machine to seal those jars, if I open one, I can reseal it back, which is pretty cool. Do you remove all the tomato stems to outside the greenhouse? Of course, you still have some stuff growing, but far away from where I grow anything. Yeah, and that's usually the trick. I usually put everything in my compost pile. I've heard it could be bad, but then again, I never I never have any problems because it always decomposes quite fast. It seems obvious, but it's really not common knowledge to a lot of people. Yeah, and that's why I want to do a video. I mean, those evergreen videos sometimes are the best ones. It might not take off for a year or two, but when it does, people start watching it and they just don't stop. I have a video, like one of the first video I've done was about stevia extract, and it's simply boiling water with the stevia leaves, and then you strain it, and you end up with concentrated stevia. That video is like over 5,000 views now, and I get regularly views on that video. It's crazy. I have a lot of blights, so I want to thorough getting even roots. Yeah, I guess so. John says, I take it all roots, leaves, and stems. You want to make sure that blight is far away from where you will plant next year. Good to know. When we get our vacuum sealer, we have oxygen absorbers to help. We'll have it soon. Was a delay in the shipment. That's pretty awesome that you're getting that stuff, though. You're getting all that for free, and I'm telling you, you will love those out of air plastic sealers. They're pretty cool. I have no sweet corn this year, which makes me sad. I ended up having a few tiny ones, but they're about the size of this. That's just crazy glue, by the way. It's not pills. Although I was able to get some of those vials, medical vials. They're all empty. They were getting rid of them, and I have a box full of them. So if anyone around me, someone that I'll see in the next few months, wants to have a few of those vials to put seeds in it, let me know. I'll have some. I take it all. I've seen that video, but thanks for the advice. Yeah. Your next step is learn how to ferment veggies. I've tried fermented carrots, and to be honest, it's not for me. I didn't really like it. I had 2 batch. Try one. Well, it was okay. Like, I'm not saying it was awful. It was good, but not good enough for me to want to do it. And the second batch was not good, so I ended up throwing it away. But what I would like to master a little bit more is how to make wine. I have 2 wine kits now, and I can play with that because I can make smaller batch now. So I'll have currants, white, red, and black currants, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, apples in the future, chokecherries, and I'll be able to make wine. That's pretty cool. I have some yeast. I have some star sand to sanitize all my stuff. The guide that I have in the video, like I have a 3-video series that I made on how to make homemade wine. It's a pharmacist that was in the video with me. He moved out and he sold pretty much everything he had. So I ended up buying, he sold it to me for like $50, the whole kit. The star sand alone goes for $80 on Amazon. Although the bottle was a tiny bit less than half left, half empty. So, there's probably like $30 worth of star sand. But all the jars, all the jugs, all the bottles, the empty bottles, the yeast, the little nets, the cylinders, everything, it was really, really cheap in my opinion, because it would cost me more than that just to get the empty bottles. I usually put my sick plants in the garbage bin, but now we have town compost bins, so they will go in there. The blight can stay in the soil if you let it sit in compost. So move it far away, burn it. Oh, well, I don't think I have any sick plants, so I should be good. I heard or read somewhere, I think, that wood ash in the soil helps to combat the blight and other fungus-like disease. You have a lot of plans for it. Yeah, I'm sure you do, especially if it's the first time you have it. Um, yeah, you will enjoy it. Well, you have baby corn and sell it in can. True, true. Interesting, good to know. Don't know if it's true. I use wood ash, and I have never had blight and vine borers. Biochar. Awesome. Yeah, wood ash would be a good thing to do. I never do it though. The thing is, I usually take the ash from my fireplace and I throw it back. And one of the reasons for it is because I'll burn like pallets and end up with nails and screws in my wood pit, my fire pit. So I never really want to have those little metal things in my garden and then go to harvest something or dig with my hands and end up on one of those things. But I have a tiny little screen kind of that I could use, and that would probably pick up all the screws and all that stuff. So I could, in theory, use that screen to make sure I don't have any nails and things like that in my garden, and put some wood ash. It would probably do some good. Um, I have to plant my garlic. I've never had garlic before. I planted like one or two bulbs last year, one or two seeds. Um, and then in the spring, there was only one that came out. I took it, planted it somewhere else, and I don't remember where I planted it. I'm pretty sure it was with my strawberries, but I couldn't find it, so now I don't know. You could use a magnet too. Yeah, that's true. I could do that as well. Um, but just a screen would probably do the job, and I would need to go and find a magnet. What else has been going on? Um, so my daughter's boyfriend that politely asked me if it was okay with me to date my daughter. I find it so cute, by the way. Um, Came for supper with us. Very nice little guy. Well, I say little guy. I might have to call him sir from now on because he's a tall guy. Um, but he looks like a really nice and sweet uh, young man. And he brought flowers and he had supper with us. And he was really, really a good guy. That was kind of cool as well. Um, Depends on the palette you burn to. Some are more chemicals than others. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although I do burn a lot of like I had a few cedars. I ended up burning as well. A few like trees in the back of my property, a few birch, a few alders that I ended up cutting. Um, things like that. That's good. Yeah. It's hard when they start dating. Well, the thing is, Marilen, the bees and the flowers, um, she's 14. She already knows everything there is to know. And luckily, she has a mom that will have that conversation with her. Um, the guy comes from a great family. The mother came in. We officially met. Well, I knew who she was before, but we made it a like official meeting. Um, but I'm pretty sure they're smart enough to do the right thing, and I trust my daughter very much. So I'm not really scared. um, yeah, well, that's a discussion for them upstairs. I don't get involved in my daughter's personal business unless I have to. I had the talk with Anthony when he was at that age. I'll have the talk with Lucas when he gets at that age. Um, but when it comes to girls, I have no idea what I'm talking about, so it's pointless for me to even think about telling them what to do. um, I think I heard one of them coming in. I hear the dog, so they arrived. They went to see the mother-in-law, so they're probably either watching me in the living room or they know I'm live and try not to make too much noise. Either way, it's good. My little new cat, Sammy, yeah, we ended up calling him Sammy, is doing pretty well. For the first few days, first week, maybe even the first 2 weeks, you could see that he was stressed out. I don't know if it was just a change or if he was stressed with his old family. Not saying they were bad with him, but he seemed like he was afraid of our dog. And from what I heard, I guess their dog was not nice to the cat. But now the cat is cuddly. It's funny because he doesn't like to eat if no one's watching him. He'll go eat if he's hungry. He'll hurry up eating, and then as soon as we turn around, he'll leave. But if we stay there and we watch him eat, he'll stay there and eat, until the bowl is empty. Um, we don't really hear much. He'll play a lot, like during the night. Obviously, it's a cat. He sleeps during the day and plays during the night, but it's not that bad. It's not waking me up. But if I go upstairs during the night, he'll come and try to cuddle, and it's funny. Cats are cute. Time to wrap up chores. Yes, um, the families arrived, so I will go say hi, get ready for tomorrow. Try to figure out what I'm gonna wear for the show. Um, it's not like I need to put a tuxedo or anything, but I don't want to go there looking like a bum either. So you will be redirected to Simply Jan Homestead. She's doing a giveaway for 10,000 subscribers. So let's go show her some support. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to her. Well, hopefully you will after tonight. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll see you maybe Sunday morning. Take care.